Well, hello and welcome to Coffee Conversation with Sandy and Friends. I am super excited to have you here with us on this amazing, beautiful Thursday. Well, it's not Thursday yet, y'all. It's Tuesday evening. And yes, and welcome. Whether you're listening to us on our YouTube channel or whether you're listening audibly on our Spotify channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Sandy Sanders. I am the host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform, where we are part of the CTR Media Network, where we are heard in over 300 million viewers in various podcasting platforms, as well as 100. Yeah, the number went up 100 countries globally. So we are truly honored to be a part of the CTR Media family. Well, listen, tonight I am super excited to have this couple that is showcasing their book. As you saw their intro, or I heard it audibly. I'm going to be sharing about that audio that you were just hearing just a moment ago. We are going to be meeting, yes, Mr. Keith and Dr. Kemps. They are the authors of the book that we're going to be showcasing tonight. This book is a phenomenal book that I love. The title is called Cooking to Heal. And so without further ado, we're going to bring them. I'm going to go ahead and bring them on from behind the green screen. And while I'm doing that, I need you all to go ahead and y'all know how I tell you to do. Go ahead and drop at least 5 names, put them in the chat. Let's go ahead and tag at least 5 people, because this book and our conversation, I believe, is going to be a life-changing conversation of the wealth of knowledge that this couple has. And so without further ado, I am going to bring on, yes, Mr. Keith and Dr. Kemps. How you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. We survived all of this weather that we're having here on the coast. I'm going to straighten up the camera here a little bit. You guys are in Florida, right?
We're
Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking that you was in Florida. Okay, but you're in Dallas. Okay. All right, God, I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer here. But how are you doing? Good. I'm glad that you're here. We're here. We're about to have this amazing conversation here, and super excited that you I had the opportunity and the privilege of interviewing you, and you are #1 best-selling authors, international best-selling authors. And so I know you have a busy schedule, but welcome tonight.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. When I first met you, I knew that there was more. I knew that out of just you showcasing the book that you had, that and that you probably will. I want you to talk about that one as well, as about caregivers. But while we're I knew that there was more, and so I wanted to extend the opportunity to get to know you more, to look at to hear about your work and the contribution that you're making to the community. And so listen, thank you so much. We've got people that are tuning in. Linda Shorter, she says, love the title. Thank you so much, Linda. Appreciate it. Yeah, I love that title too when we began to look at it. And so y'all just give me a few moments here. We are being sponsored by Liberations Publishing House. Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy is sponsored by Liberations Publishing House, publishing design with the author in mind. They have a couple of upcoming events that are going to be happening in October. It is called the Book Affair Inc. And so we'll be sharing more information about that, as well as Dr. Jonathan Haynes, who is a gospel singer, speaker. He's also a motivational speaker as well. He has a clothing line. And so we'll be sharing about his information as well. He's one of our sponsors. But before we go on, come on, guys, and say hello to us while I pull up your information. And I know I've learned both of y'all truly. Listen, woman of God, you are truly from his rib. But you are definitely honest, because y'all will start talking together, and I love it. And I love the chemistry. But come on and share with who you are to our audience.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you for this opportunity. First, we want to say to be there and be here with the wonderful audience, wonderful people. I am Keith Demps, and this is my beautiful wife.
Cat Demps.
And what we do, we're Christian married couples. We help Christian married couples achieve spiritual nourishment and healthy lifestyles by returning back to the kitchen and through the Word of God. And why do Christian couples come to us?
Yes, Sandy, and to all who are listening, they come to us for all things wellness, health and wellness.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a little bit about who I am. I'm originally from Orlando, Florida, and my beautiful wife is from
Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
That's where I was getting the Florida part from.
Yes,
worries.
yes, yes.
I remember, yeah.
And Sandy,
Yeah.
we have an anniversary this month coming
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
27th, a week from
congratulations,
today.
guys.
Yes.
Yes.
3 years.
Congratulations. That is beautiful. Well, as you mentioned, Keith, is that you are from the Orlando, Florida area. You are a co-founder of the KLD Consulting, which specializes in self-care, caregiving, wellness. You're the co-creator of the Demps, which is D.E.M. Am I saying that right? D.E.M.P.S.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Caregiver Wellness Roadmap. Keith is a nationally certified caregiver by the American Caregiver Association, ACA, and is married to his beautiful wife. Yes, Dr. Pronounce that for me, Kat.
Katandria.
Katandria, yeah, it's just like it's spelled. Dr. Katandria L. Demps as well. Short bio of Dr. Demps is that she too is the co-founder of the KLD Consulting. She is a multi-lingual, nationally certified speech language pathologist, linguist. Tell me how to pronounce that. Got to help me with these words. Certified autism specialist. She's certified public health researcher and certified in the practice of cognitive rehabilitation, ACA advanced national caregiver giving and assisted living. Kat is the founder and director of Dr. Love's Health Care. There's so much to you guys. 501c3 nonprofit organization, K&K Special Services, and Dr. Love's Integrative Nutrition and Lifestyle Medicine, PLLC. So there's lots of pieces and components to the both of you, but I want you to kind of lay a foundation. You mentioned that you're about to celebrate, did I hear 3 years of marriage anniversary? And so congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so there's a chemistry here with you two. And why don't you bring us into that story? And then, because the cooking part really, I just read briefs of it, you all, and you're captivated by your intro and of the description of why a book like this is very important for marriages. But go ahead, give us a backdrop of you.
Okay, well, I first and foremost have always had like a love for food. And I initially started this book as a provider for children with special health care needs, dealing with feeding, how to really help the parent connect with their child at home, regardless of their feeding situation. Then I met my husband, and that book just kind of morphed into a recipe devotional journal, and not just focusing on families, but the marital relationship. There's so much centered around food that we don't realize. We kind of almost take it for granted, that tradition of sitting down in front of a loved one, someone you're very fond of, and breaking bread. And it's a whole nother ball game to actually prepare it together.
Yes. Keith, anything you want to add?
Absolutely. I echo what my wife said. And the foundation about it is not just Christian married couples. Even if you're single and you're in the family, you have family, the whole idea of it, yes, is Christian married couples, but we want to bring them to the Word of God, but through from the kitchen and through the kitchen, as we say, and to the Word of God, which is the foundation in which we live upon and believe.
Because life has gotten so busy. Let's talk about it. Life has
Yeah.
gotten so busy. Husbands, wives, mother, fathers, children, everybody going in their different directions. Then you got sports over here. You got meetings over here. You got Zoom meetings and all of this that we're doing.
Yeah.
That taking that quality time, that was the thing back in the day. I grew up, but yeah, we had to be at the dinner table. Wouldn't you all agree? Did y'all grow up in
Yes.
that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You had to
ma'am.
be at the dinner table. Sunday afternoon, I don't care if football is on. You're going to come to the table. You're going to come to the table. Yeah, and TV is off. No, we didn't have any of this. So we got away from that. But I'm so thankful is that a project like this, a book like this, a ministry like this, it's getting people back to that space of healing, just as the book is, the foundation, and us coming together. And as you say, it starts with coming in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes.
And how important is that?
It's very important, Sandy. So important because it's not usually, okay, let's just be honest. Usually we say, okay, wife, have my dinner ready when I come home and da 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 da. No, this is the way that the Lord gave it to us. And this is what we've been doing as a couple. Has it always been this way? No. But thank the Lord through trial and error that we learn. Once the man gets in the kitchen and the wife gets in the kitchen, once they come in together and they begin to put their hands on the food that they love and then begin to prepare it together and then start sampling that food together and get out of the ordinary traditional way of living, it brings a chemistry that was already there. And once we tap into it in the sense of working together, food together, sampling food together, then you find yourself in the conversation. And need I say, let me slow down just a little bit. That's how this man got hooked.
Okay, thank you, King. Hey, say because she won your heart through, as they say, through your stomach.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's a whole nother story. I'm telling you.
I believe that's good. And that's as we call it, just keeping it 100 for real. That's what did it.
Right.
And that's amazing. That I love it. I love it. Now I said, girl, you better know how to cook some green beans and black eyed peas and some cornbread and all of that.
Right.
But speaking of that, in that arena, yes, the fried chicken and black eyed peas and cornbread and all of that was good. It was a good, as they call, soul food. Okay. And the movie came about, but we, as time went on, many of us, especially in the African American culture, is that those types of foods really truly were not healthy for us. But it was a means of coming together. Could you all elaborate on that? And then we're going to dig into the book. I got a couple of commercials we're going to do. And yes, you all, those of you that are tuning in, we are with the amazing couple. Yes, we are with Keith and Dr. Demps, and they are here to share their book. They're on a book tour. The book is called Cooking to Heal, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper in regard to this book here. But I want you all to just come on and share that the importance of, changing our diet, moving healthier. And that's what we want to have, that experience of the longevity. If y'all can do that, and we'll get prepared. I want y'all, make sure y'all sharing this out too. Go ahead.
Absolutely, Sandy. So there's two things that make this book unique. Number one is there are several recipes that are familiar to the African American community. We throw in a little other cultures in there, and we put a healthy twist on it. Every meal in that recipe devotional journal can be made organically with or without dairy in a vegan way. And the good news is, if you don't know how to take that recipe and really make it yours, we have a consulting site. So you can reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you shop or do a cooking demo so that you understand exactly how to utilize the book. So, for example, you mentioned fried chicken. We all love fried chicken, but we know how unhealthy it is for us. So we have meal preparations within this publication that allow you to go to Walmart and pick up simple ingredients and pop it in a toaster oven or an air fryer if you have it. So you don't have to deal with the unhealthy aspect of something we all love.
Absolutely.
I'm coming back in because I'm typing and sharing out, but that's good. I love what you were saying and different ways of cooking. Keith, what would you have to add to what your wife is saying and sharing?
I love what she's saying, because let's start back from the beginning, how she started with this, with the kiddos, which she shared with in regarding feeding them, and the way that the whole thing came together with cooking with us as a couple is how we shared in our journey together as coming together as husband and wife, how God gave it to us as this is more important for us to really center in on not just healthy cooking, but not just putting our hands in it and just doing anything. What makes this so different and makes it so special is the end results of couples bonding, sharing, communicating, spending time together, and then having a devotion with it that they write out certain things about the food, about each other, and sample it, just coming together as one so that the family and husband and wife are no longer separated in the sense of doing one thing and having that weight on one person, to togetherness and going through it as one. And that's what the Lord intended.
I love it. It's coming together, breaking bread together. And, we often they throw around the name date night, okay, with, as couples and married, that once you get married, you still have this time where you spend just with each other. So share a little bit. I want you to hold tight. We're going to share. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to have a infomercial from the upcoming event called Live Faith Out Loud with Dr. Dorothy P. Wilson. I'm going to be sharing my screen here. And while I'm doing that, if you guys can hold tight, and we will be right back. And I want you to let's dig a little bit deeper. I want you to pull the book out, and we're just going to see all what this great stuff you got inside of this book called Cooking to Heal. At this time, I'm going to go ahead, you all, and share my screen. This is an upcoming event, you all, that is called Living Faith Out Loud. It is the upcoming conference. I want to make sure that I'm sharing it properly. So this conference here, as you can see, it is with the founder and creator, Dr. Dorothy P. Wilson. So right now you can register. It is going to be hybrid. It is going to be on August. Our dates are August the 4th through the 6th, 2023 in Gulfport, Mississippi. It is also available online, but as you can see, speakers and singers, psalmists, worship leaders, the prayer team is already beginning to pray for this event. I am part of the prayer team, and we're super excited that God's going to do phenomenal things here on the coast. He's actually already shown himself. I've got to show you all later on. Okay, I'm supposed to be doing a commercial. Let me do that. I'm going to tell you, but it's Faith Inspiration Network. This is what Dr. Dorothy P. Wilson. So simply go to www.faithconference.info. Again, that is www.faithconference.info. Get all of the information. If you're looking to be a speaker, if you would like to just be a part of the volunteers and the team, and you're here on the coast, we invite you to come on. But this is truly going to be a life-changing event. We believe that, just as it said, our faith is going to be magnified. Oh, magnify him with the Lord, and let us exalt his name together. together. So what
Amen.
an amazing theme that this is going to be. So we'll, those of you that are following us, we'll be sharing more about the upcoming conference, and I'm super excited and looking forward to that. So as I was alluding to that, and I'm going to make myself a note because I want to stay on task here, but we've had the storms here.
Mhm.
The Lord, I'm going to see if I can find it so I can share the screen, but there was a beam of light that came through today they captured it right off of the beach. I'm right off of the beach here in Biloxi. So I'm going to shoot for that. But listen, y'all talk about this book called, yes, Cooking to Heal. Cooking to Heal. This book here is, the authors again is Keith L. and Katandria, Dr. Katandria L. Demps. They are a Christian couple, and this is a Christian couple's devotional journey. It's got a twist. I love it. And it causes the reader, I believe that it's going to cause the readers to be more intentional. So it is a journal on how food can bring love and healing. Cooking to Heal book is designed to help Christian married couples achieve spiritual nourishment and healthy lifestyle by returning to the kitchen through the Word of God. At this time, I'm going to step back and allow the couple to just share bits of the book. And then we will let you know how you can get this book in your hand. And if you stick around throughout the tour, they're coming on not even knowing, you all, that we are about to wrap it up. But I love how guys, I love how the Lord has formed this tour. We started out with the children's books, and every author that has come through, whether it's an adult book, whether it is a children's book, it has been centered around, of course, we have this is a Christian platform, but I've seen how, and I'm just loving it. And then y'all's book, oh, Lordy. And look at them. They're going to come and talk about some food. So I'll step back. And I'm gonna let you go ahead and showcase your book, okay? Just go ahead and take about 5 minutes and do your thing, and I'll be back.
All right, thank you. So, who wants to go first?
Okay, so here's the book actually started.
Yes.
During the time when my wife and I met, I was really going through a difficult time in life, and when my wife picked me up from the airport, of course, she had the wonderful food that we had talked about while we were dating. Yeah. And what came to our mind, what God gave us, is that this particular food during this time, not only did it bring spiritual nourishment during the time when I was hurting. Now, we don't give the glory into the food. It's the Word of God, but it was a source of us coming together as a couple and started preparing some of the meals that we started doing. And once my wife did that and we started talking and communicating, and we both love the Word of God, we started sharing from the food, and then from there, the Word of God. But the book, what makes it so different is once couples start to prepare some of the recipes, and there's many recipes from food that are paired that you love, from the desserts, even a drink they have. Yep. That's wonderful drink. It brought us together, and it also helped bring men that healing and that hurt and the pain was going on through discussion, through just simply talking, just like we're doing now.
Yeah. So close your eyes and think about the last time your spouse helped you prepare a meal over emotion. Take a few seconds. I'm pretty sure you're going to say, what? First of all, I don't know when the last time my spouse has prepared a meal for me with my help. So that's one thing I want to leave you, we would like you all with. When you open this book, whether it's digital or you decide to print it out, think about how often you and your spouse have cooked together and even done devotion, whatever that looks like for you all, within the last 30 days. How would you like to have the opportunity to have all of those three components, a meal, a devotion, and a way to journal your thoughts, love of your life. It's all prepared for you. And all you have to do is click on the website on the screen below, KLDconsulting.com, and you can choose to purchase that ebook. Our publisher is White Garment. And also, Sandy has mentioned our second publication that we've done together is Caregiver Expression. And that gets more into how one of our outcomes from the Cooking to Heal comes into play. And that is to help decrease caregiver stress.
Yes.
And so as caregivers, we know what it's like to have a busy schedule and not be able to have that time that we so desire to prepare a meal for our loved one, to break bread, to discuss, and have time to reflect. So we encourage you to take action to improve your relationship with your spouse by purchasing this book, Cooking to Heal. Thank you, Sandy.
Yes.
There we go. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm all on the screen here. Well, listen, I want you all to allow me to share about, that was great information. Yes. And the recipes and everything. Y'all step back. I want you to see a video clip of this amazing couple. We played it earlier. And I just want you to see the amazing work and the quality of this couple and what God is doing in them. Great. Oh my goodness. That is a great video. So Keith, I want to ask you, okay, so what's Fitness Friday?
Oh my goodness. Friday Fitness. Oh, thank you so much for asking for that. We also do a Friday Fitness, which actually have turned out to be 3 days a week, Friday Fitness for us, because it's really 3 days for us. But Friday Fitness is a fitness where we come together and Sandy, we work it out.
Yes, y'all work out.
Yes. I mean, when I say we work out, we have days on Mondays, we do upper torso. On Wednesdays, we do cardio. And on Friday is lower body, along with lots of cardio and lungs with lots of stretching and relaxing. But that's also our date night.
Mm-hmm. So it's fitness.
Oh, okay. So this is YouTube.
Yeah, so
I'm thinking, okay, so y'all need to do a class so I can work, so we can join virtually. Okay.
No, we could. Yeah.
So it's gone from what is it? Fitness Friday Fitness.
Friday Fitness.
Yes.
Fitness Intimacy.
But now it's 3 days a week. Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely. And as my wife was going to say on Friday, that's also our day where we just sit back, relax. It's a date night.
Yeah.
It's a night where one of us plan a day once a week where the other spouse do not know where we're going, when we're going, how long we're going. And sometimes you're blindfold. You have no idea what you're going to do.
So, Dr. Kat, I know both of y'all are busy. So do you plan months ahead or do you kind of take it a week at a time? Give us some tips.
Yeah, so it depends on your lifestyle. As you already alluded to, we are very busy.
Yes.
Caregiver spouses and running businesses. So sometimes I do plan things way in advance because I know it's going to take that much planning to get it accomplished. And then sometimes it's just off the top of my head. It's like, okay, I know he loves to fish. We're going to go right up here to the park, buy some worms from Walmart and throw the bait in the water and hope for the next dinner to be ready, with fish.
Quick, and see, Keith, you didn't know she had to go through all of that for you.
Yes. Yes, yes. And that's what I love about my wife. Not every day is perfect for what we do. I love, she's a planner.
Yeah.
I spontaneous. She loves the spontaneous part of me where I say, babe, we're dating. But she surprised us with Sandy. The foot detox. I have mentioned it to many folks. That was so much fun. A
Really?
foot detox.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
couples, that put that on your to-do list for your mates. Okay, the foot detox.
hey, it
I
helps.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Try to think
What,
outside
do
of the
you have
box.
the book? Do you have the book? You have one of the books with you?
So it is an ebook. You can pull it up on our website and
Great.
view it there.
Okay. All right. So individuals, we want you, I'm going to put I do have the website of the book. So we're going to put that in the stream. I want you all to click onto that link where we want you to go and purchase not just that book, but they do have a library of the other book. And so whenever you look up their information, Keith, if you will, go ahead and put in the chat the websites where each of you can be found. We're going to talk about your other ways people can connect with you. You want, if you will, share one of the recipes. What is one of your favorites?
Oh, well, ladies first. I'm not gonna be that way. Ladies, I know what I love.
Well, I love at least once a week I make the salmon dish because I love a nice grilled salmon with some omegas, throw some sweet potatoes in there, broccoli, whatever you want. But it's a really easy to make and it doesn't take very long.
And for me, I love the raisin carrot salad, which she made just yesterday. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Raisin carrot salad. Mm.
Yep.
Yes.
That sounds great. That sounds really, really good. So in cooking how can the cooking to heal, how can this book help you, as you say to the audience? But in this conversation, what are some of the results that the two of you, now that the book is complete, it is an ebook and that's great, but I want to know what is one of the things that God has used this method of cooking, and you can testify that it brought healing just by using this method.
I can say for me, Sandy, definitely for sure. When my wife met, my mom was going through a serious issue, and that's what really helped bring me to a sense of balance in my life. Because anytime you have a loved one that you care dearly about, and it's very life-threatening, it brought about a sense of calmness. It brought about a sense of closeness and understanding between my wife and I, because remember, I said again, during that time, it was very difficult for me.
Yeah.
Very difficult. But what really helped center me, and I said over and over again, is that when we started talking while I was eating the food, and I'll never forget it, I was sitting in the car, and she looked over to me. She said, "Is it good?" She always asked me, "Is it good? And do you have enough?" I said, "Yeah, baby, it's good." While the food, dripping.
Well, let's just dim it at. Yep, yeah, baby, it's good. It's good. It's good. I love it.
It took my mind off of all of the things, the heavy, the weightness. We're not looking to try and take the weight, the heavy weight that's going on in life, bring about a sense of oneness together and a sense of strength together. And also, one of our favorite drinks, the favorite drinks, is the virgin mojito that she has.
Okay.
Virgin mojito.
Okay. All right. The bird. And where did the idea of now forgive me, what's a mojito?
So a mojito is a Cuban-based drink. It's usually got rum, some sort of alcohol inside of it, but it's basically a dressed up, what we would call a limeade, because it's got water with lime and mint, fresh mint, and you put that with whatever your favorite alcoholic beverage is. We don't drink, so we make our own virgin version. And I would say one of the outcomes, to answer your question, one of your outcomes of this particular publication is you should expect a decrease in meal planning because it's already there for you.
Everything.
And we give you options on how to make it vegan, like the raisin carrot salad. You want to make it vegan, you can get some vegan mayo. You can use a vegan yogurt. So there's a lot of steps that have been done for you depending on your dietary preferences and needs that will just incrementally decrease your need to meal plan.
That is great. And that's one of the things, you all, when you go to their site and you look at the blogs, and I see here one of the culinary nutritionists, Dr. Kat, has written on May, in this past May, she wrote it on May 5th. It's a 2-minute read, and it's on culinary nutrition and the power of healing through natural foods. So if you do, I want you guys to really go to their site, purchase the book, get involved in what I'm seeing this as a lifestyle. I'm really loving what I'm seeing. And and we talked about results. And again, forgive me, when I asked for the mojito, everyone knows my testimony of course, God delivered me from alcohol. But I was like, okay, so that's not one I heard of. Maybe. God will allow. He gives you that spirit of laughter, and I thank God for my deliverance.
Amen.
So I was like, mojito. Okay, so what's that? That's not like a margarita or anything. So I got it now, and it sounds like so delicious. Like it's a drink that's fruity. It's non-alcoholic, but you really can, something you can make at home and enjoy, like on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday around the pool. I love it. I love it. So what are some of the other recipes that are in the book?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a really big baker. So we do have some desserts that are more summer based. Like a chocolate pie where you can make that vegan. And then for salads, we're really big on salads. So taking a protein like a salmon and putting that with a salad with very specific ingredients that are unique to our palate, and what we would hope you can modify to your palate are 2 additional categories of recipes that we have in the book.
And Sandy, I also want to say too, this is very cost sufficient. It's cost effective for anyone. It's very simple for any couple to make, and that's what our aim was keep everything very simple.
Yes. And if it's too hard, reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you a consult. But the goal is for you to be able to take the ball and run.
Yeah. And I can see that. I definitely can see that, that even young people can get involved. The whole family can get involved. Understand the foundation is to bring about healing. It's part of your testimony to bring that togetherness in married couples, because the divorce rate, we talk about the divorce rate. We know that it's high, especially in the Christian community. Believers are unfortunately, going through divorces. So here is a tool that before you hit that, before you actually go to that extreme, here's something that you're saying, here, we tried it. Here, try something that we know will work. And that's a blessing. Those of you that are tuning in, this is Sandy. We're here on a Tuesday evening. So happy for this opportunity to have met this wonderful, wonderful couple. And they have a book. And y'all know we're on book tour right now. So the book, is called Cooking to Heal. And they are Christian writers. They are also business owners in the caregiving medical community, as well as helping children and families adapt to proper nutrition for their children. If both of you can just let us know how can someone purchase the book?
Yes. So you can go to our business website, which is KLD Consulting.com. That's KLD Consulting. And then the website that is very specific to our Cooking to Heal publication is cookingtohealbook.com. Again, that is cookingtohealbook.com. And we'd be happy to serve you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yes, indeed. And so I'm going to put that up here. You all, there it is right there. And there it is. So you can be able to just click onto that, go to the site, purchase your book, and reach out to this amazing couple. And so if someone would like to, I noticed that too, that you have these opportunities for a consultation to see how you can help someone better their nutrition and eating and meal planning. Let's talk about that in just a moment. We're going to share. We're going to talk about I need to let you all know about an upcoming event. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you all for sharing it out. We're going to, I'm going to let you know about this upcoming event that is called the Book Affair Inc. That is, so I'm going to bring you guys off the screen just for a minute, and then I am going to bring this up, and then I'll bring you right back. Okay. All right. So the Book Affair Incorporated, this is an upcoming event that will be taking place in October 13th and 14th. The Book Affair Inc. is an awards gala and books and business expo. It is a nonprofit organization focused on celebrating and empowering independent authors and artists, education, storytelling, and network. Awards Gala and Book and Business Expo. It is an expo like no other. Our goal is to bring together a diverse array of authors, publishers, entrepreneurs, and readers to celebrate the written word. Our event features an awards gala, a book and business expo, an array of entertainment and live music. The goal is to support authors from all backgrounds and genres, to provide a platform for them to share their stories and connect with avid readers. Whether you're an author looking for a platform, a publisher ready to celebrate, or a reader looking for your next favorite book, the Book Affair Inc. is the perfect place for you. So go to thebookaffairinc.com and you can register and get all of the information for the upcoming event that will be October the 13th and 14th in Tupelo, Mississippi. So yes, indeed, you want to do that. Now I'm going to bring back our guest, and we are going to just dig a little bit deeper. Because the wealth that this couple has. I know we're focusing on the book, guys. Just go to the website. I want you to purchase the book. But they also serve in other areas when it comes to caregiving, as well as helping families and individuals that want to have a better lifestyle with their eating habits. And so I'd like for you all to share that. I know that, yeah, come on. Either one can start with the caregiving, or we can talk about the food and how people can reach out to you.
Absolutely, Sandy. Thank you so much. So in regards to the caregiving, which the Lord has blessed us with, which is being able to help caregivers care for themselves without losing themselves in the midst of caregiving, and how that works. And our focus on that, God has blessed us with, is to help the caregivers, because so many of the caregivers, a huge percentage, actually pass away after the ones that they care for. I think the percentage is like 30 to 35% actually pass away after caregiving for loved ones, or a lot of them lose their focus in life of what they actually want to do. And since we are full-time caregivers and nationally certified, that's one of the things the Lord has actually blessed us with, the opportunity to be able to serve in that capacity.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So let me just bring my screen here back, and I have y'all on solo. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here is so if someone wanted to reach out to you, exactly, is your service a service to provide the caregiver or to help? What exactly do your caregiving business do?
Yeah, so great question, Sandy. So we don't have a care business. Our goal is strictly to train, educate, coach, empower caregivers, whether they are paid or professional,
Okay.
to learn how to self-care without sacrificing their own health while else. So that is where our Demps Caregiver Wellness Roadmap comes into play. The Demps acronym stands for each step within that roadmap, so that individual has a takeaway of actionable steps to maintain or improve their health. We also have a retreat. It's a health and wellness spa retreat that enables the caregiver to learn how to do self-care things at home.
Okay.
And we have a referral list of providers that we know can provide them with specialized care if they so choose to not do, a getaway, a staycation of sorts.
Yeah.
And sometimes they need that to be able to get away and do that.
Awesome. Can I tell me that one more time? So you train, you educate, and there was one more that you do.
So we coach.
And you coach. Okay. All right. And so do you offer virtual opportunities, workshops? If businesses would like to say hire you to come and train there, so what are some of the ways that you do your training? Do you do it in person and virtual, or both?
Right. So we have spoken nationally at the National Caregiver Conference. We did a day conference last year.
Okay.
We have done virtual summits with other entities. For the love of caregiving, we did a summit in the spring, and we look to be keynote speakers again in the fall, Lord willing. But we do have private consultations. We do virtually. Yes. We will do in person, depending on the location, because we are caregivers ourselves. And then we also do corporate contracts. So that allows us to expand and reach more individuals in one time space, meaning you want to have all your employees have a professional development day. We do types of training as well.
Okay. You answered my main question that I had is that if someone wanted to, get trained, be educated, maybe new at having to take care of a loved one, or now that the loved one, you spoke about something that is very key. And in doing the interview process, and we provide this information to our audience, it is true with we're finding that the one who did the caregiving, they end up passing and transitioning shortly after the one they were caring for. We haven't, there's a woman that I've met. She actually has not, she's still here, but her husband was the one who took and did everything for her when she became disabled. And they're part of the homeless community. And I used to see them all the time. And then all of a sudden I saw her one day. And because I volunteer in the homeless community here on the coast, I said, let me just stop. I don't see her husband, and she was just sitting under the tree at Burger King. And so I got out and, hey, how you doing? How are you today? Da, da, da. And I know it was her husband. I had been seeing them go up and down. Lo and behold, her husband died. And our conversation discovered. And she was like, I don't know what to do now.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with myself now.
Yeah.
So there she is in this big world here on the coast. I call it in a big world in her mental state. Yes. And that the one person who took care of her. But here is the testimony, y'all, is that she's still here. She was in
Yes.
a wheelchair the whole time that we saw her in years, but now she walks with a roller, and she is part of the she actually lives in a trailer. But when I see things like that, it just kind of amazes me.
Mhm.
My husband was faithful. He would
Mhm.
walk her up and down this past road, and in the dead heat and in the winter, you would see them
Mhm.
back and forth. But he did. But you talk about that. So what you're offering and what you provide is ways that the caregiver can transition, because I would say is that it's a new way of life when you've been taking care of somebody for so long,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden, I have nothing to do today. Do you find people that would say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yes, man. You really are touching all of the buttons for us. Not
Mhm.
only do we find people that would say that, where we like to grab them, hopefully, or reach out to them, is in the midst of everything happening, not after
Right.
perhaps someone has gone on
Mhm.
transition. The roadmap that my wife mentioned and the different steps that we have, we know works so well. And this is a way of life of training the mind.
Okay.
It's a way of changing the way of thinking and about about life,
Yeah.
and more so building up the inward man from the inside, and then also meeting the need of where that individual is at if it comes to food,
That's right.
because that's where the book comes back into. That will help in that way of sense of cooking, because it all comes together.
Yeah.
But from my wife's story, when I met her with her parents, I was just in awe, Sandy, of what she had gone through just alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
And that is also where the caregiver expressions comes in. You have
Mhm.
someone who they've cared for someone for so long, and then they can't fathom what the next step is. What does life look like after I have cared for a loved one? And
Yes.
so there are authors, not just my husband and myself, that are talking about these very
Hmm.
key concepts on where does my life move? How do I move on from
How
something
do
that's been so routinized?
Hmm.
Right.
And my husband's loved one has since passed on. My parents are still alive, but there are other authors within the caregiver expression that speak
Yes,
to their
yes.
loved one no longer being present on this earth, and
Yeah.
how the Lord, what strategies, spiritual and mental strategies to carry on their life and move forward in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. That is so wonderful. I am so glad that you guys came on. And we want to definitely continue to showcase your book. We're going to put the information out there. And so, those of you that would like to reach out to this amazing couple, do simply reach out, go to the website. Their contact information is there. Drop them an email, let them know. They'll be able to contact you back. And just how their method can be implemented into your life. Are you looking for a way to be healthy? Are you looking for a way to enhance your marriage? We want to, yes, stay home in on the book is to bring about healing in your family, in your marriage, in whether you're and also whether you're a single parent raising your children, or you're an empty nester. You may have someone in your life, or you may be in an age where you feel like, okay, well, what do I do? Hey, invite one of your girlfriends over, or one of the sisters
Mm.
in the church, and y'all cook a meal, or do, it's such a blessing. There's so many nuggets in this book that is for you to be able to place in your own life. And so we're super excited to have Cooking to Heal, a Christian couple's devotional on how food can bring love and healing. And so, yes, one of the testimonies I want to share on the book that they have out is, here's what they're saying. We love that this cookbook brings together all the things we love: marriage, good food, and scripture. As husband and wife, we enjoy cooking together, but we don't get to do it as often as we'd like to. Having a cookbook that not only encourages healthy eating, but also pushes us to have a meaningful conversation is a win-win. This is a 5-star rating and testimony from Mr. and Mrs. Christian and Lynchy Johnson. And so, yes, they have shared their testimony. So, listen, a testimony like that, you want to certainly put this book in your hands, make it a part of your library by simply going to the website that we have listed here and grab your copy. Just grab your copy. There it is, cookingtohealbook.com. Just simply go to the website and browse around and also read the blog. Get to know who the authors are. Contact them if you have questions. And also, most of all, we want you to purchase the book. Well, listen, it is always my custom. I think that's really about it. I got quite a few things. We do have another interview on Thursday evening, guys. So thank you all for your patience. Thank you all for your support through the author tour. We've got about 2 more author tours, guest authors that will be coming through. And I'm telling you, they are amazing. They're amazing. And I'm looking forward to the upcoming authors that is going to be with me on Thursday night. I want to just share my screen here. Okay.
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 So that is Lady Deborah Fry. And this is volume 2, Grief Through His Eyes. This is an all-male anthology book project where men have taken the courage and the boldness and the leaps of sharing their various stages of grief. So this is volume number 2. We had them as our guests, I believe it was last fall. And I'm telling you, you want to have this book as well in your library. Men who are pastors, business leaders, they are from all walks of life. And this particular one, volume 2, has again a stellar award-winning author. And yes, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity. So yeah, they'll be joining me, guys, on Thursday evening, Dr. Fry and her husband, along with all of the men that are in this all-male anthology book project, sharing grief through his eyes, letting us see it from a male perspective of what that looks like and how God brought them through. And so then I'll be sharing later on our guests that will be culminating our author score that we've had this quarter. I tell you, you all have just really blessed us. It is my custom here on Coffee Conversations and Book Talks with Sandy to yield back and allow our guests to have their last words, whatever they may like to share on their heart. And as always, guys, I'm so thankful. You all share this out. We're going to be playing on the replay. But at this time, I present to you our authors for this evening, Mr. K.L. and Mrs. K.L. Demps, the authors of Cooking to Heal Christian Devotional.
Thank you so much, Sandy. Listen, wonderful, beautiful people. We encourage you, if you want to cook well, have a strengthening in your marriage, and you also want to have that more intimacy. Now, intimacy is not just intimacy physically. We're talking intimacy in the sense of communication, intimacy in the sense of spending quality time together. We encourage you, go out, get this book. This book will actually help you in so many different ways as it has helped us. And the most beautiful thing about it is you spend time together as husband and wife as it has done for us.
Yes, and I echo that. If you value your marriage, if you value relationships with loved ones, make the time to invest, because you can always make more money, but you can never get your time back. And it's quality time that keeps us knitted together. Thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome. Quality time that knits us together. And that's what knits us together. You all here on Coffee Conversations with Sandy. You all, your time is valuable and we're so appreciative. Thank you all again for tuning in to Coffee Conversations with Sandy, where we have this platform, platform for authors, anthology book projects. And most of all, I say that it is for you. Why do I say that? Because you just might be looking for a good book to read. Listen, thank you so much. Tune in with me on Thursday evening for another episode of Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy, with our upcoming guest, #1 bestseller, international best-selling visionary author, Lady Deborah Fry. And they hit 5 categories. So guys, you don't want to miss that interview with them at all. And also go to our guest website. And yes, go ahead and purchase that book. Get to know them. I promise you, you'll be typing and sending them a message and saying, how did you do this recipe? Or what can I do to add this to my evening with my husband, with my children, with my family? As always, you guys know that I love you. Be blessed. Have a great evening and take care. All right. And bye-bye. Okay. Don't go away. There y'all are. I know y'all gotta run. It's late. I know you gotta run. Listen, I want to make time. I want to sit and talk with you all about the Spotify channel, because it's more audible, and I will make time to set up an opportunity. I would love to just present our platform, give you my demographics, see if it will be something you'll be interested in sponsoring. I'll let you know more about that. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
Thank you so much.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.